Welcome, stranger. Come in, have a seat. It's getting close to dusk. So, are you just passing through, or do you need a place to stay? We've got plenty of rooms, though you'll have to forgive us if we don't have the nicest accommodations. Not sure how closely you looked outside, but we've had a hard couple of days. I see. I suppose word does travel fast if you've come from that far. So, you've heard about our little problem?
Little? You call what happened little?
Easy now. You know that's not how I meant it.
Them beasts kill half our herd. Sent the rest barreling through our fences. It tore through our storehouses. It's a miracle none of the people were hurt.
And we should be grateful for that.
But now there's still an entire town to feed and barely half their resources to do so. And now you're here as well. What? There were no open inns in the big cities.
Alright, that's enough. So, what is your business here? Oh?
You're a hunter. You think you've come to claim a prize, is that it? Well, see here, friend. I'm not sure how many creatures you've hunted in your lifetime. This is nothing like any of those. This was a monster. Tore my best bow apart like you wouldn't believe. If you really think you're come to hunt that, well, I'd be more grateful if I didn't know it was a lost cause.
Then I'll be grateful for the both of us. You go on now. I know your father needed that fence fixed before dark, and I won't be the reason you waste any more time here.
Fine, I'm going.
I see you're not unfamiliar with weaponry, if that knife at your side is anything to go by. It's a pretty thing, but it won't do very well against a creature that could take down an entire cow. I'll talk to a friend of mine tonight and see if we can get you some good long-ranged weapons. For the right price, of course. Of course, if you actually are here to take care of this beast, then we'll do what we can to make sure this doesn't happen again.
It wasn't any beast.
Oh, not this again. I thought I told you to stop scaring people with that nonsense.
It's not nonsense.
Ignore the old woman, if you can bear it. The past few nights have really sent her over the edge. Here, let me take care of a few more of my patrons. Then we'll settle up on getting you a room for the night.
None of them have any sense. No sense at all. Do you? Don't ignore me, Hunter. I'm talking right at you. And I know you're not going to be facing any wolf or bear in that forest, no matter what you might think. I know. I saw it. Finally giving me a spot of focus, are you? And you should. Yes, indeed I did. I was out by the fields doing a bit of moon-gazing when it happened. Moved faster than any creature I've ever seen. It was a monster, all right. But it was no beast.
Sarah, what did I say?
It was a woman.
And I am next in line for the throne. It wasn't a woman. No woman could do all that.
Unless she wasn't human.
I'm not listening to this.
You know what I mean, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. Yes, a beautiful woman with glowing red eyes, fangs to match. I never liked listening to all those stories of demons and creatures in the shadows but her. There's no other explanation. No one here believes me. They all think I'm cracked. But you believe me, I can tell. So you're looking for the monster. Been gallivanting from tragedy to tragedy, hoping you'd catch up? I'm not so sure if this is your moment of glory. She ran off after the rampage. Ran so fast I barely even saw her move. But if she were to go in any direction, it would be east, towards the mountains. Plenty of caves to hide in up there. Plenty of shadows. I haven't the faintest idea how you think you can kill her, but by the looks of you, you've got a better plan than any of these fools would. Here, let me buy you another drink. Of course. I assume you'll begin tracking as soon as the sun comes up. The least I can do is get you your last drink. I'm not fool enough to think you'll last long enough to get a single hit on whatever's waiting in those woods. But I appreciate your bravery regardless. Oh, you're quite welcome. I always was best known for my honesty.
I don't know why you trust anything that crazy old woman has to say. She's been ranting about fairies and demons since before I was born. Alright, if you insist. It's none of my business if you want to get yourself killed by a bear. Here. There's a rough path that will take you halfway up the mountain. If you want to go any further, you're on your own. Good luck, Hunter. May your aim be as strong as your stubbornness.
I knew one of you would come to find me eventually. I've been waiting for days. Don't make yourself dizzy trying to see me. It's too dark in here for your eyes. But not for mine. Does that scare you? That a monster can see you from the dark? I can hear your heartbeat quicken. I can smell the fear. And still blossoms. On your clothes, I can smell them on you. Step closer. I won't attack you. You can kill me if you want, but let me see. You. It is you, isn't it? I would know those eyes anywhere. It is you. I never thought I would see you again. Onwin? Yes. No one has called me that in years. I'd almost forgotten it. How cruel that when I hear it again, I'm this. But it's fine now. My prayers have finally been answered. You came from the village, did you not? They sent you here with that crossbow and blade. Good. If anyone were to kill me, I'm glad it's you. I know you'll be quick. Thank you for letting the last thing I see be a kind, familiar face. I will not fight it. Do what you must. What are you doing? What? No, pick up your... Don't hold me. you're doing? I have been waiting here for days, hoping someone would finally come hunt me down for what I've done. And the second my prayers are answered, it's you who finds me, and you're still too cruel to put me out of my misery. What? No childhood memory of me can salvage what I've become. Please, just look at me, don't you see? I'm not like you anymore. I'm a devil like the rest of them. I am no such thing. You don't know what you're talking about. I only avoided the villages by stroke of luck. That's it. I was just so hungry. And that hunger will come back soon enough. You must kill me. Yes, you must. I can't do it myself. Do you have any idea how many times I stood at the edge of a cave or the doorway of a hovel these last years? How desperate I was to step into sunlight and end all of it. Too many. And every single time I couldn't bring myself to. Even when I knew I'd hurt more people, I was too weak. So please, do me this kindness. Fine. If you won't do it, then leave. I will wait for someone who will. Well? Did you not hear me? Go! Just go.
It's been hours, and the furthest you got was a few trees away. You're either as stubborn as I remember, or you're just terrible at following directions. I wasn't lying, you know. I did try. But the furthest I ever got was my arm. The pain was unbearable. I could hardly move my hand afterwards, but now you would never know. One of the only blessings to this curse. Injuries are inconsequential. May I sit? Unless you've changed your mind about killing me, in which case we can get that over swiftly. I thought as much. You know, I still don't believe you. I don't believe you. The last time I saw you was nearly a decade ago, and you expect me to believe that... After all this time, I'm more willing to believe there was all some cruel twist of fate. I'm glad you left when you did. The city was attacked nearly 2 years after you had gone. If you had stayed, you could have been captured with the rest of us. Forced underground and... Yes. That. When you went back home, was it still abandoned? Really? Good. That's good. I'm glad it could still be home to someone at least. What did you do when you realized what had happened? That sounds like you. You always were the adventurous one when we were children. I'm not surprised. You'll have to tell me about all your travels before you move on. What? I'm not going with you. I told you. I'm staying. No. No, I don't want to die, but I don't want to live like this either, would you? Food and water mean nothing to me. My heart doesn't beat. I drink the blood of innocent people and turn into a ravenous beast when I don't. Would you ever want this? Just because I'm too much of a coward to take my own life doesn't mean I still want it. I mean it, you can't turn me back. No, you can't. I'm dead. There is no way to reverse that. And even if there was, what magic do either of us possess to change what I've become? What's this? How on earth did you get a Blood Mage's pendant? God, what have you been doing these last years? Truly. You actually think the Blood Mages can turn me back? I suppose if anyone would know, it would be them. But Blood Mages hate vampires. We couldn't understand much while we were imprisoned, but we'd hear whispers from the vampires who took us. Stories that scared even them. There were rumors that a single mage could destroy 100 vampires with one spell. If any vampire was fool enough to drink their blood, they'd be enslaved for all eternity. They won't help us. Even if we did offer them a trade, it wouldn't do any good. I think there could be plenty of harm in trying. We can't just assume that they'll... No. No. I don't want to go back into caves. But I still don't think we... You're determined about this, aren't you? All right. I said all right. But you have to promise me something. If I go with you and the mages turn on us, then you have to swear that you'll kill me before they do. I mean it. You care about me, don't you? That's why you came all this way to find me? I know that you think it will work, but when it doesn't... If it doesn't, I can still get what I want, and you can say you tried. Then it's a deal. In the meantime, I would still like to hear about those places you've been. In all these years, you must have seen a lot. Can you tell me about them?